there, but. All right, everyone, we're gonna start now, 6:05. Welcome, our new CAC member, Erin.
What's up, Erin?
Welcome, Erin.
Hi. And
Yeah, welcome again.
To all the folks at home.
now I'm official. I have an email address.
Oh, did you get your email?
Yep.
So you're
watch
in
out.
there? Okay,
That's
good.
serious.
Yeah.
That we have a conservation advisory group too. Who needs to add? Linda, is that you or is that me? Who adds the new people? Yes? Okay, fine. So what happens too is that we have our own like group email address or conservation advisory council. So I think hopefully like you're in that group too.
Okay.
So we send out one email, everyone gets it.
Okay.
All right, great. Cool. So that's cool to order. There was, okay, so we'll just go through the list. All in favor, everyone get last month's minutes from Linda?
Yep.
Any questions, comments? Not yet, you haven't received it. Fair enough. Yeah, you will get it going forward.
Okay.
Questions, comments,
No.
anything, issues? All in favor of accepting minutes from last month? Say
Yeah.
aye. Aye, and all opposed? Yeah, okay, great. Minutes have been accepted. New members, Aaron's a new member. We have Nicholas also, who, had expressed an interest. And, I reminded him about tonight, but I don't think he's with us. No. Josh, any word from Nicholas?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Sorry about that. Sorry, any word from who?
Nicholas?
From Whistledown? No,
Yes.
actually, I have not heard anything from Nick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
go
can
ahead.
follow up, certainly.
I emailed him yesterday as a reminder, so I haven't heard back, so let's see if he had expressed an interest in joining as well, so let's see what happens with that. Great. Other admin stuff is the dues to NISAC, which is the New York State Association for Conservation
Advisory
Councils. Oh, there we go. There you go. That's a good guess. I was right. So do we, $75, did you send that check out?
No, I'm not sure that we determined where that's being paid from.
Gotcha.
So if you can identify which account, if it's just out of the CAP's.
Don't we have like a professional
Or professional,
line item budget,
okay,
right?
yeah,
Which is Linda and. But I don't think we went through, I don't think we used all of it last year.
right, so we'll put the voucher together for the approval at the March meeting on the 19th.
I mean-
The check would go out later that week.
We do it every year,
Okay,
so I guess wherever it was prior.
all right, we'll try and figure that out.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, do you want me to do it? Do you want me to look into it or?
Sure, and I would suggest that you email Tracy's office and then ask to see where that has been charged to previously.
She would know because she did it last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, great.
Okay, I will email Tracy. Which line item? Okay, great. And similarly, you sent an email today about the last of the tree planting invoice, the last tree planting invoice.
Yeah, that was approved in February's meeting, so it may have been that the check went to an old address. I did double check to see
All right.
where exactly it
Is
went.
that a Tracy question too?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
yeah,
I'll ask Tracy both questions and I'll see where that check. Old address, maybe went to an old address. Fair enough. Okay, great. All right, here we go through the agenda items. Tree ordinance. All right, where do we stand on this? There's no movement as of yet. I spoke to Hillary about this yesterday. She is going to send me, we're gonna go back to, I think, a little bit to, not necessarily square one, but maybe square two, and go back. We have a tree ordinance that we'd like to pass, which basically means don't cut down any trees. But there's lots of like ifs around that. So that means that if you do cut down a tree, then you maybe replace it with equal trees or
Mhm.
put money into a tree fund. There's other issues where it's like, we're not gonna cut down the trees unless it's only for like new builds, which is from my understanding now, it's like it's only for new development that they have to replace the trees and trees in people's backyards or there's a whole bunch of, it's a whole big ball of wax, I guess, tree wax. So, yeah, so we're gonna revisit that whole tree ordinance thing because it went into our legal department and was a little rewritten, say that right, and we're gonna just revisit it. Community choice aggregation, passed. Woo-hoo.
All right.
Yay. Thank you very much, Joshua.
Of course, congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
We passed that. For those who are new, would you like to do a brief explanation of community choice aggregation?
Please.
Sure. So it's essentially a buyer's club for energy, and a municipality enters into an agreement for a specific rate. And we would hire an administrator who would help us negotiate that rate. And several municipalities usually come together to negotiate together for a better rate. And a municipality can also designate that 100% of their energy supply be from renewable sources. So it can be a win-win in that you can get a lower rate and you can have renewable energy. And the Common Council just passed a resolution for us to begin the process of exploring CCA for Hudson. So there are several steps involved, and there's an education period of, I think it's 2 months, that we would do within Hudson. We'd issue an RFP for an administrator, and then residents have an option. They can opt out if they don't want to be part of the program. So that's sort of the quick explanation. But I am wondering what the next steps are,
Say, yes, one of the next
Cities.
steps.
if folks have any updates there, if that's something that I should be exploring, and then I can present some steps and action items for folks at some point soon.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone on the council is doing any work on this, so it'll be back to us.
And Michael Hoffman, has there been any movement with the city side on this, or is this something that you're looking to us for guidance on the next step there?
We have not made any moves on this yet, no, but I do think that it seems like drafting the RFP would be a good next step
Yes.
for the consultant.
Yeah, that's what we have to find is the administrator.
Yeah.
And also going along with that, the administrator will probably have already created a group or two or three. So that will be a choice that we can make is which already assembled group to associate with.
All right, so the next step is an RFP. All right, do you want to work with Michael on that, Josh, to take that on? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay.
Which Michael are you referring to, though?
Oh, either or, yeah.
All of the above, all the Michaels.
Yeah, all the Michaels.
All right, I'd be happy to.
Okay, fine. Yeah, just CC it all, you know. The anti-idling laws, Maria is not with us today, at the meeting, but she had talked about putting together an anti-idling law. We're gonna hold off on that. Tree grants, we have 2 separate tree grants we're looking into. The first one is trees along, anti-idling just means anti-car idling.
Yep.
One tree grant which we received last year is that we're planting this year is along Harry Howard, and Hillary have been working on that. And I think we have an RFP that's going out on that to look for potential.
Yeah, we need updated pricing, and we had to scale the project down a little bit to fit the grant amount. So that adjusted RFP I recirculated to you and Hillary today. And
Great.
it's really not much different from before, just with changed numbers.
So do I have to do anything? Do I have to?
Just look it over and let me know if there's anything that
Okay.
needs to change.
RFP stands for request for proposal. So we put out asking for bids. Okay, that's one grant. And the other grant is the DEC, Department of Conservation, round 16 grant, which is for, we had applied last year for like up to $75,000 to help take dead trees down, disease trees down before they fall down. And the grant didn't get any time, whatever, and then now we're looking to re-up that, but we don't know when that's gonna happen.
We're expecting that the next round will be this summer, so
Oh,
we'll
okay.
apply probably June or July.
Okay, I'm just gonna amend that on this agenda, and then we'll just keep it out there.
Mhm.
Okay, heat pumps. So that was I want to say CEC, Conservation Energy.
Clean energy.
Clean energy community.
Thank you. Clean energy community for heat pumps. So, so heat pumps. And if we get 5 heat pumps, we get $5,000. So I think we've hit that 5 heat pumps, and we'll get $5,000, which then could be used for energy efficient something. Such as other examples are like, LED light bulbs. Or I have a meeting with her tomorrow again she's given us some ideas about what we could actually use that money for. But it has to go towards some type of green project. But,
The heat pumps are for residential homes or?
yeah, I'm sorry, so,
There are heat pumps that would have been put into service within our area.
Mhm.
And we get credit for
That's fine.
one convention encouraging people to do that.
Right.
So even if we didn't encourage them, if they did it anyway, we still get credit because it happened in our zone.
Okay.
these state grants,
Does zone include?
Well, the city. No,
No.
Just Hudson.
yeah, just the city.
Okay.
Everything villages.
Okay.
Yeah, like these state grants are like sort of like a board game where you like fill out a form, you put it in, and then someone keeps track when you reach number 5, then you get that kicks number $1,000.
Yeah.
So there's one for heat pumps. So we managed to get 5 heat pumps installed in the city of Hudson. Right,
Cool.
great. So then they'll give us money for like some other sort of project.
Cool.
And FYI, I did another scope document for EV cars, electric vehicles, so that once we hit 5 new registered electric vehicles in the city of Hudson, then they give us X number of dollars towards like chargers or something else like that. So it's like a game. It's kind of like a game. You just have to like fill out the forms and then they give you money and then you do certain things. And then if you do the right things, then they give you more money to do more stuff. Anyway, so that's what that is. Yeah. Pollinator garden for cemetery entrance. So last year we had extra money set aside and instead of like, spending it on partying and, and everything else, we decided to encumber it into this coming year.
Mhm.
So that we have, $3,800-ish we wanted to redo the cemetery entrance. I have yet to speak to Rob Perry about this, so there's that. I have to speak to him on other things, but, let's see what I say now. But, right now it's those sewer, we live right next to
Yes.
it's the sewer pipes.
Yep.
So the idea is to do something in a rock. So the idea is to do something else. Oh, yes.
That's something, I'm drawing a little thing up and I made a bunch of lists. I propose that we plant, instead of that rock, a crab tree, because it has like, it's fruiting, it's good for birds, right? It flowers, it's ornamental. It, like certain crab apples can be quite pleasing to the eye year round. I did a measurement of the square footage of, I'm gonna call them the wings and then there's the triangle. I don't know, can you guys see that? It looks like a pair of lawns.
Yes,
Anyways.
it does.
So it's about 600 square feet, each wing is about 600 square feet, and the triangle itself is around 200 square feet. So we'd probably need around 900 plants to fill this up. I can source plants from the person who I work for. He said he would be, I spoke with him earlier this week, and he said that he would totally be down to source the plants. What? I mean, we can't get them wholesale, but you know, we can get them at a pretty decent price. It's not gonna be like going to Pondside.
Right.
So, yeah, and then I wrote this whole thing up, which everybody's welcome to take a look at. And I gave you a link.
Okay, yes, I think I only saw the one page.
Yeah, well, I just sent, yeah, I'll make sure everybody has a link to it. How about that? And then you can take a look. So I was talking, I thought that when I was speaking with Marie about it, I thought that I was supposed to look at kind of a more overall project of the cemetery, but I'm totally happy to focus on the entrance.
Yes, that's
What's
what we
Yeah.
have money for.
Yep, so, I'm already starting a list of plants to add to it, and it's gonna be pretty easy. I would recommend that we find a date, or a series of dates to kind of advertise for, volunteers.
Right.
Because I could get an idea of like an estimated arrival time,
When is the best time to plant?
this spring.
Spring, right? All right, let me talk to Rob. I'll have to go there and talk about the rock too. So let me see.
I mean, we could keep the rock, we could put it somewhere, we could keep it in the middle of the, I don't know, the rock is ridiculous. With a machine,
Right?
I watched them install all of it, and I was just like, I don't understand.
And the sewer pipes.
And the sewer pipes, did, I like put something up on Facebook, that's in the Facebook community, Facebook page. I was like, who let Mario Brothers out?
We can just go with that.
Sewer pipes, there were.
They mean,
mean,
they mean
Mushroom,
well,
put a big
they mean
mushroom on
well.
top.
Yes,
Yeah.
You can just run with that. No, okay, anyway, okay, let me
Also-
talk to Rob and see what he can move, let's see about the rock and the sewer pipes.
Yeah,
And then,
should,
yes,
you should also know, there is a hose.
yes,
There's a hose hookup right there. There is a guy that comes around. His name is Mike Pizza. He's also a taxi driver.
yes,
Friendly guy, and he maintains the annuals. I don't know if he's the one that plants them, but he definitely comes around and I see him all the time. There's, I think, him and maybe one other person that come and
Wonderful.
just spruce it up, which, you know, I think that one of the biggest reasons why they did the sewer pipes is because then they don't have to bend over. But, you know, like if we do this, with all of these plants, the idea would be to leave them up, not have to do too much weeding because they're gonna be, like, we'll separate it out. I'm sure that weeds will come eventually, but, just do like 1 to 2 major maintenance days per year and
Right.
a third day to mow it down before winter or before December, basically. And then just let it grow. So very low maintenance, but that's just for that section. And crab apples also are pretty easy to maintain. You don't have to do too much maintenance. There's like, it depends on the type. But yeah, they have like suckers, so we could do maybe 1 pruning a year. And I'm sure it'll be plenty.
do you know Sue Chanowitz, by the way, is that name?
Sue Chanowitz?
Sue Chanowitz.
Nope.
Jan. She goes around and, cleans the stones.
Wow, I have seen them, yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah.
So she's done certain sections of the cemetery, by hand,
Yeah,
cleaning
I've
the
seen
stones.
them. Yeah.
So anyway,
I didn't know, I thought that was like they were just cleaning a family's plot, but
no, it's a volunteer who goes around just to clean stones. But there is a Facebook cemetery group that started a while ago, pre-COVID. And yes, and so there are people who would be, I think, if we did a call out to say, can we have some help, putting this together or planting or maintaining, then I'm sure there are people. Yeah, because people do care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we can advertise as well from the cities, so.
Right.
we also need better signage here, like keeping dogs on leashes and like throughout the cemetery, because people let their dogs off leash as soon as they leave the entrance.
Don't get such yellow people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
maintenance was one question I had, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I've seen a lot of gardens sort of not succeed because they just get so overtaken by weeds, and if they're not cared for in that initial first year, then obviously that can impede their growth. So I think, yeah, some sort of plan around engaging volunteers is a great idea in that cemetery group.
Engage volunteers throughout the season, but also just plan on 1 to 2 actual like focused maintenance days. And it's such a small space, you can get through it in not even a couple hours.
The idea too is to, create at the cemetery is a park, is a park within the city, or probably the city's largest park. And, up in Troy, they have the Greenwood Cemetery, which has its own nonprofit organization that maintains it. They do events there, they have but, the city of Hudson spends how much money every year on maintaining the cemetery?
Right,
I don't know the number, but
It's a lot, it's at least $200,000.
yeah.
Right.
and it's all mowing and
Right.
machine.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, at a meeting that I'm having tomorrow with the same woman Haley is, I'm talking to her about electrical, lawn mowing equipment. That I did talk to Rob Perry about, I don't know how, we have to find equipment that can be suitable for the cemetery.
Weed whackers are for sure a very important tool that they use all the time.
Right.
Because you have to get around all the headstones. You
Right.
can't mow around it.
Right.
So just even if they continue to use the lawn mowers, because that's a
Right.
lot of space that they're mowing.
Right.
The weed whackers are probably the worst part about it. And so maybe encourage them to focus on weed
So we have
whackers.
electric weed whackers.
Yeah.
There's money available.
There's money available.
Like DeWalt, I think is a smart brand because their battery design is such that you can get any size, any voltage,
Yeah.
and it's the same hookup. So other kinds, like I have a Cobalt that I got at Lowe's, and I think they've just designed a new battery size that wouldn't even fit in my current machine, so it's really dumb and not, I think DeWalt would be a smart brand to go with for that.
Yeah.
And they're interchangeable, get multiple batteries, have it in your back pocket.
I mean, I'm having, if the DPW folks are gonna do it, they can choose which one that they want.
I wouldn't let them do that, no. Cause they'll get gas powered.
No.
They'll be like, this doesn't work.
It has to be electric. That's the
I
thing.
know,
It
I'm
has to be
joking.
electric. They're not gonna get grant.
I was gonna say for the volunteer days, we could also probably arrange to get some tools from the tool library down at Basilica. That tool shed
Yes.
runs, they have some electric equipment down there and handheld tools that we could source
Yeah.
from there.
That's right.
I imagine that with this little design, there's not gonna be a lot of hand cutting. Like ideally, it'll be plucking. So there's no machinery needed for the majority of this. I mean, except for install, you're gonna need shovels. And we'll need, a certain amount of soil. We'll also need to put the sod somewhere. But, I mean, otherwise, it should just be like a once over at the end of the year, cut it all down.
All right, great. So how do we move forward on this then?
I can make sure that I have the right numbers here and I can start to simplify the plants that I've been looking into. And just kind of get a general gauge of how much this will cost. Like I'm just guessing right now that 900 plants would be around the number that we need for this amount of square footage, but it's possible, like that's it. I'm like doing the math with 18 inches, so that would be the plant spacing, every 18 inches, there'd be a plant. And I can make it tighter or wider.
And what's our
Yeah.
budget again?
3,800.
We have a former, CAC member, Britt Zuckerman, was a landscape architect.
Oh, yeah.
So I could like, email her, but
Okay,
she might be able to give some advice. as well.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, fine. All right, Lauren Gibbons here. She did the last couple of tree planting. She was involved in that. So, yeah. But she might be able to give some advice too.
Sure.
Find some other, but, great. Okay, so, yeah, so if you have some, I'll send an email to you and Britt, and then we'll move forward, finding plans and then put together a budget.
sure.
Great. Where are we now? March. So if we put everything together by April and then plan to April, May, what do you think? Right?
Probably, I mean, to be realistic, it'd probably be May.
Before we figure it out.
I have one last question, whether the city has access to compost and mulch for a project like this, or
No,
if that's something that we need to consider in the budget.
I think we would, yeah.
Yeah, the budget would have to include that. I mean, the wings of the entrance too is great. I don't know. We'll see the budget. Last time Marie got mulch donated from Lowe's.
Sure, we could get some donated. I mean,
So, yeah, I mean.
might-
Yeah,
yeah, it might be a matter of soil, because we'll need to remove sod, and we'll need to replace the sod with soil.
Right.
we should probably have like a on-site meeting.
Yeah.
Rob Perry.
I've got 200-300 pounds of compost.
Okay. Cool.
There you go. Okay, fine. So let's, you know what, I'll email, we'll get together with Rob and we'll meet with Rob there.
Okay. Okay,
And then we'll move forward with that.
great.
And if Nick is interested in joining this council, Whistledown is having a plant sale soon, so I know they have starters and also probably have access to a lot of compost. I don't know what his willingness to donate or offer it at low cost would be, but just something to think about.
Cool. Okay, so then. With that, next, so I'm gonna skip a little bit, but in this vein, our next street tree planting, then. I think we did the last one in the fall, so we have a budget also for street trees, which is about $15,000, right? Which maybe it's 15 grand, we get like 12 trees out of that. I know Hillary had the list that we had prior, so we need to get anyone who signed up for a tree who didn't get one maybe last year, or anyone new who wants a tree. We had a Google Doc form to do that, but Hillary was mentioning that, so I need to get Hillary's tree form. And I think the tree plantings are Arbor Day, which is soon or later, spring or fall. Anyone know? We did it twice last year.
Yeah, you made a fall Arbor Day.
We made a fall.
You just
Later
pulled
on.
it out.
Made it up. Actual Arbor Day is April 26th.
Right, that makes more sense. We did 2 sets of tree plantings last year. Because we had one grant, we had like 30 some odd trees. And then we had a second tree planting. All right, we have to also, the tree planting is, we need to do another RFP and get someone to dig the holes. The first year we did it all volunteer. We're not gonna do it again. It's way too much. It's way too much to ask volunteers to move the big trees. So anyway, but DPW, so we had a list of people who wanted the trees. We get them to, the process is, we get the list of people. They sign off on something, piece of paper that says they'll take care of the tree. It's their tree, they're going to take care of it, great. And then DPW digs the holes. and then we hire a contractor nursery to actually, we get the trees. And we have like a list of like 3 or 4 different native trees that we offer to people. And then they come and they actually just put the trees in the holes and then they fill them. So we have volunteers do it, but like I said, it's way too much work. And too much liability. So that's it. I think that Hillary has the list of people, so I will, Hillary's been a little bit out of, unavailable. So I'll get the list from her former list and we'll go over that. We'll go over that, then I guess like next month, and then we'll figure out, maybe before then, we can figure out to get the 12 people to put trees in, like by April. We'll put out a thing. We'll put out a notice to on gossips or via the city. If anyone wants a tree, we'll get the new link.
Yeah, I think it still currently says to email Hillary for
Yeah,
if you want one, so we have to update that.
okay, I have to update that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Hillary and Britt were on that last year, so we're gonna take that on.
And if you wanted it to be a form rather than emailing it to an email address, we can do that too.
I think there was a Google form.
And we don't have it on the website, it just says to email her. So if you wanted to change that to a form.
Okay, let me find out, and I think, yeah, I think we had a form because of, right,
It's in a spreadsheet for sure, but I just don't think it's.
we had name, address, things like that, so, okay, fine, let me work on that, and I'll send that to you, Nicole, thank you. All right, so that's that, we have a table and chairs for Earth Day at the Farmers Market on 4/20. No jokes, but, and, so, do we have anything to table?
Well, we would like to recruit a few more members
Oh, there you go, that would help.
and talk about all the wonderful things that we're doing, give ourselves a little publicity.
Where is it happening?
Farmers Market.
Farmers Market, right?
That is, excuse me, that's the first day that the farmers market are back outside,
Oh.
so April 20th.
Mm.
I don't know, I don't think we have any, we don't have any literature, we have a post, we have a sign. But I don't know if we have any, what, do we need anything?
We're gonna have a table.
We should make up a poster, let's call it, that will talk about who we are and what we do around here. Not so hard.
Maybe.
Our work more recently has a lot to do with trees. And we could do a little part of that about the value of having more tree cover in a city like Hudson, all the benefits of that and why people might want to ask for a tree in front of their house. We should promote that
That could
to
be
people who don't look at the other avenues of promoting it that we're talking about tonight.
great. Like action based. Because then you could also have a mailing list for people that want to know when the next tree plantings are available.
Indeed.
And,
That's a great idea.
it should also say what this group has accomplished.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And, you know, here's how long we've been around. This is what we do. And oh, by the way, would you like to help out?
All right, so I'll get the form from Hillary, we'll put the form on the website. And then maybe we can do is like a scan QR code to have at the table.
Good, that'll help.
So that, okay, fine, I'll see.
yeah, don't print anything.
Yeah, it's like, almost plant trees, here, we're,
Right,
and also take this handout.
yeah, so, right, so let's just have like a QR code that goes to the form for trees planting. And,
I'd be happy to sit there,
okay,
box people.
Okay, good.
Although I don't have the full history, so someone's gonna have to fill me in.
Well, I can do that too.
Okay,
Yeah, well, can you stay at the table?
Yeah.
actually,
Then you're fine.
I
Then
gotcha.
if she's there, how long you been on the CAC?
Since the beginning, 2014, I think.
There you go. There you go.
There you
You'll be
go.
able to speak to it.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, great. The Instagram account, I have emailed Vanessa about that, because she owns that right now. We have CAC Instagram. I'll see where that's going. I asked her about giving that back to us. So, or who wants, or if she wants to update it, great, but I'm still saying. The single-use plastic ban, that is Marie, she was going to write a letter in support so that the common council can sign off on it, and we can send it to DD Barrett. That says that we support the state's ban on single-use plastics. Marie is working on that. And then what else do we have? And then that's all I have. I know, and Joshua is getting on the county level.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna join that meeting on this Thursday, and the Common Council has to approve me as the rep from the Hudson CAC. So
Great.
that should happen soon, but I'll sit in on the meeting. I can report out. But on the single-use plastic, I also thought Maria wasn't she designing like a local resolution for Hudson to think about some sort of single
Yeah,
use?
yes, that's it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
A letter, yeah, that's it. A resolution / letter, whatever, yes, something that says that the common council would sign off on. That says, so yes, exactly. And that's
Supporting state action.
yes. That would then go to DD Barrett, yes. You're right. I mean, that will go through, so. Anything else? Anyone else?
I'm sorry I missed the very beginning around new members, but I wanted to mention that I heard from someone named Jared Spears. I don't know if others heard from him, but he was asking questions about the CAC and just wanted to learn more and seems potentially interested. So I was going to meet with him on Friday for coffee, just to meet him and see what he's interested in and what his experience is. But just wanted to check in and see if anyone else had been in touch with him or knows him.
I don't know. But no, have him come to a meeting too. Send him the agenda. Let him know what we're working on.
Okay. And was there any news of other potential new members? I see
You just said-
Jonathan Lerner is on this call. Are you rejoining?
So what made you come to this call, Jonathan? Can I ask?
Sorry to
Just
put you on the
because-
spot.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just had a pang. No, I'm curious. It's been a long time. I haven't been to any meetings for years, and I wanted to know what you guys are doing. And you're doing a lot. It's great.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very impressed.
thank you. Yeah, we're trying.
And nice to see you twice in one day, Jonathan.
Oh, you know what, for Earth Day, if I can get it together, we might actually have light bulbs to distribute for Earth Day at the farmer's market. So
that's nice.
we might have like LED light bulbs, so that might be a plus. If I can get that if I can make that happen, I'll make that happen. Other communities have done light bulb exchanges. We thought about doing like a bulb exchange, meaning that you can bring in the incandescent and you get an LED bulb. We can also include like gladiolus bulbs as well. Right, so you get bulbs to do like a bulb giveaway.
That'd be clever.
Right, bulbs. Because I think if the smaller grant money, you don't, they're very loose with how you spend, as long as you do something great.
That's fun.
So that would be a fun thing, right? So let me see if I can make that happen for April. It may or may not. State moves at glacial paces, but yeah,
Daffodil bulbs.
daffodil bulbs.
Gladiolus are cool too.
But someone told me, I'm sorry, off topic, someone told me gladiolus because that's a spring bulb. Whereas daffodils are fall.
What?
I have no idea, I'm not.
Oh, you mean you have to plant them in the spring? Hmm. It really matters, but yeah, you're probably right.
Anyway, we'll do a bulb giveaway,
Right, yeah.
that's the plan. And then, we can always get another date at the farmer's market too, if I think that they get by April, but let's say. All right, anyone have anything else? Yes, no, maybe? Comments, criticisms?
No purposes.
No criticisms. Well, Tom is not on this call, so, Tom is not here with us. So this is silly. But anyway, all right, so that's it then. All in favor of ending this meeting, say aye.
Hi.
Aye, all opposed? Good. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much. Thanks for playing. See you next month. Bye, goodbye.